Welcome back to the main Diasic cast. I'm your host, Carson Piasic, and we have a new co-host today. Titan Henley is with me, replacing Angel Diaz and Will Main, who could not make it today. But we have a special game in store for y'all tonight. We have the Scrappers versus the Blackfriars. This is expected to be a battle of the heavyweights, the two top teams in the SPBL preseason rankings. We have the Scrappers sitting at 1-0, the Blackfriars also sitting at 1-0, pending a final result against the Gravediggers that it was unfinished, but it looks like they will be 2-0 after that game. And the Scrappers in their first game, reigning champions with new member Michael Roberts, really took it to the ball hogs, really destroyed them in the paint. Didn't have a great shooting night, but was able to get a lot of efficient scoring down low from around the team. And then the Blackfriars in their first game against the Mystics really was no competition. The Blackfriars beat them by 14 points. Sam Satterwhite was the highlight. He is the newcomer in the SPBL, much anticipated newcomer and potential MVP candidate, taking on reigning MVP Chris Kina. This is supposed to be a great game tonight, and we look forward to these two teams battling out on the court in what could be a preview of the championship game of this SPBL season. Titan, what are you looking for tonight between these two teams?
Well, I mean, you said it right off the bat, man. We're looking at a Chris Kina versus Sam Satterwhite showdown. I have actually not get to see Sam Satterwhite play, and so I'm really curious to see his style of play and everything like that. He was hyped up to me as almost being better than Chris at some certain things, so I'm really curious to see how he shows up in this league. And I don't know if y'all remember, but from the team reveals, I thought the Scrappers improved from their championship caliber team last year. But I also thought this team right here was going to win it all. So this is kind of like, in my head, like a championship game in the regular season. You know, this is the Chiefs 49ers first game opener kind of deal right here, it feels like.
Right. Sam in their first game in the season opener had 26 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. A great showing from him. Scrappers, on the other hand, in their game, I mentioned they were very dominant in the paint. They ended up shooting 60% inside the three-point line. I'm sure that's going to be a key focus of them here tonight. And without further ado, we have the tip-off coming up. We have the Blackfriars lineup of Sam Satterwhite, as mentioned, Joe Kina, Stephen Kina, and Nate Briers in the paint. Scrappers led by Chris Kina, along with Carson Braswell, Chris Heights, and Michael Roberts. Here comes the tip-off. Referee Sam Honeycutt and Garrett Brooks talking to the teams.
New gym location. This is interesting. There's actually 3-point lines.
It is a new gym. I know you are unfamiliar with this Corpus Christi gym, as you were last seen in the St. Pius League, but the SPBL did get moved over to Corpus Christi with some refreshed court lines, a little bit bigger of a court. It's really enhanced the gameplay this season in terms of solidifying stats and spreading out the floor a little bit better. Little practice jump ball there from referee Sam Honeycutt, making sure he gets this right so neither team gets an advantage in this battle of the heavyweights. Mike Robb wins the tip. Chris Kina pushing it right up the floor, immediately loses the ball. Mike Roberts gets it, pulls for 3 right away, and hits it. A quick 3 from Michael Roberts, which not expected out of him necessarily. He's known to be able to shoot the 3, but that was a very quick release and first shot, first make. Joe over to his cousin, Stephen Kina. He pulls the 3 over the backboard and out of bounds. Mike Robb in their first game was 1 for 2 from deep. We'll see if he's able to keep shooting today.
I think it's pretty interesting that they got Stephen Kina on Heights and not Chris.
Right.
My understanding, Stephen is one of, if not the best defender in the league. So we'll see how that plays out.
Stephen, of course, was on last year's Scrappers championship team. He also hit one of the most clutch shots in league history in that championship game, potentially sealing the win for the Scrappers. And he was a defensive weapon for them. He was very key in holding Nate Smith to low points. And Chris strips Sam Satterwhite and gets the layup right off the bat. Chris showing why he is the reigning MVP. As we mentioned, Sam Satterwhite on Chris Kina. Sam is not known to be quite the defensive prowess as Stephen Kina, but he does like to take on a challenge. And there's a three from Sam Satterwhite. He will not go down easy here. He will make sure that he is performing his best in this big matchup.
It looked a little easy right there for him. Could become a problem.
Usually don't see too much scoring from Chris Heights or Carson Braswell, but they do contribute when needed. Mike Roberts looked for another three, got Nate on the pump fake, got stripped by Steven and stolen by Steven. There's that defense that you mentioned. And maybe Steven being on Chris Heights gives him a little bit of room to sag off and help on plays like that one.
Can't lie, I thought Sam Satterwhite would be a little taller.
Sam, yeah, he's a little shorter than you would probably expect out of someone who could be a league MVP, but he is very talented when the ball is in his hands. Unfortunate pass there, stolen by the Scrappers. Chris over to Carson. Carson.
Oh, why did he pull it?
Does not.
Oh. You gotta pull that, Bradley.
Over to Chris Heights. Looking to find Chris. Chris off the knee, gathers it. You got Sam standing back on defense here, hands on the hips.
Yeah. I'm surprised Chris didn't take that opportunity.
Right. Mike Roberts again from deep. No good on that one. Air ball, and Sam Satterwhite with the ball, bringing it up. Satterwhite gets poked again by Chris. Chris with his long arms is giving Sam some trouble here, going hard on it. Sam is able to recover, takes in the paint over to Nate. Nate gives it to Joe. Stevenson at the top of the key, gets it, pulls a three, no good, and Mike Roberts with the rebound. Right up to Chris Heights.
I think that was Chris.
On the other end.
That was Chris with the rebound.
Chris did tip it to Mike Roberts. It might have been Chris's rebound there, and Mike Roberts got it all the way up to Chris Heights on the other end with the easy layup there.
They're dominating the fast break scene right now.
Up to Joe Kina. Joe will pull from deep.
Oh, from deep.
Yeah, bank from Joe. The bank is open. What a shot. That's 2 threes already from the Blackfriars. The Scrappers, well, I mentioned
that they're shooting pretty well right now.
Both teams are shooting well, and Chris misses the layup there. Steven with the rebound over to Sam. And that is where the Scrappers typically do their damage, on those layups from Chris. Mike Roberts on the inside as well, and Chris Heights can get his, but no good there from Chris that time. Good defense from the Blackfriars holding him there. What a close pass there. Nate can't quite handle it. Out to Joe. Joe looking for another one. Over to Sam, wide open in the corner. You don't want to leave him open, but he misses. Does not make them
great
pay.
Rebound.
Steven airballs the fadeaway turnaround. Mike Roberts clears, and Scrapper is going to slow it up a little bit here.
Michael's really seeming like he wants to pull the ball today.
Yeah, word is that he might have been working on some shooting over since the last game, and I mentioned he went 1 for 2 in the opener, but here he goes again from deep. Oh, then he makes that nothing but net. 2 for 3 from Mike Roberts, and if he is hitting those threes, that is going to be very dangerous for this Scrappers team.
That is incredible.
A team that I mentioned how dominant they were in the paint, and they still are, but having an extra shooting element to their team will make them a very formidable opponent. The miss there from Steven. Scrappers ball.
Good defense.
Scrappers leading by a score of 10-6. Chris taking it into the paint. Gets fouled on the way in by Sam. And Chris will go to the line for 2 free throws. Chris always very hard on himself, always wants to improve his game in every way and wants to improve the team in every way. I know that he has been disappointed in his own shooting, both from the free throw line and from three, as you see the missed free throw there. He's been very good in the paint, but with the rest of the scrappers aren't necessarily known to be shooters either. But if Michael Roberts can start to hit some threes, that'll make them very dangerous. And force Nate Briers in this game out of the paint, which is very bad news for the Blackfriars, as that gives Chris some easy driving lanes, as he just had for the hoop on that last possession.
I imagine this game means a lot for Chris too, playing against both family members in this game.
Joe Keenan with the missed three. Chris playing against his brother on the other team, and also his cousin, who was a former Scrappers teammate, as I mentioned, on their last championship team. Michael pulling again, no good from that one. Brazzy with the lost shoe, it looks like. Going to stop the game there for him.
Kind of a disappointing game from Sam Satterwhite so far. Chris is definitely making his case. Did he win DPOY last year, or?
Chris did win Defensive Player of the Year last season, and many question whether he was even the best defender on his own team, with Stephen Keenan being on his team. But his length surely is giving Sam a problem here today. Sam misses that three, kind of settling for some deep shots here. Joe Keenan open under the hoop. Sam can't quite find him. There he goes, gets him, and
that was a beautiful pass. Beautiful pass.
Scrappers take a timeout, leading by a score of 11-8. And right away, we've seen a lot of Chris driving to the hoop. Sam struggling to defend Chris in the same way that Chris is able to defend Sam. What do you think are any adjustments that the Blackfriars could make to try to limit Chris here moving forward?
Personally, I would make the switch and put Steven on him. I think that Sam Satterwhite probably can handle Chris Heights, and I think just giving that physical element to Chris, as somebody who's clamped up Chris before a lot. He doesn't really like it when people are physical with him, and I think Steven can be that physical defender to really get inside Chris's head and throw him off his game.
And you did just see there Chris get a rebound over both Steven and Sam. So, Steven wants to prove that he is the defender that he can be. He also needs to be able to defend after the shot goes up and box out. And Sam as well. Need to keep them off the glass. Sam misses. Able to get his own rebound. Gets it into Nate Briers with the layup. Wow. What a play from Sam. A hustle
what an
play
effort
there.
Play. That was awesome. With a great pass in there. Yeah, I'm starting to see why he's was having some MVP chatter before we're getting into the league.
Chris loses the ball on that drive. You saw a lot of help come in there. Sam pushing up the floor before Chris gets there. Nate pulls from three quick. Misses it, and Brazzy with the rebound, kicks it up the floor to Chris, gets by Nate Briers and the layup right there.
Great find by Brazzy right there.
Timeout from the Blackfriars with 7 seconds left in the quarter. Scrappers leading by a score of 15-10. And like you mentioned, the Scrappers, they need to definitely find a way to slow down Chris Keenan. He's been the main cog of their offense. That's what he always is for these Scrappers teams year in and year out. But got to keep an eye on Michael here, because if Michael is able to score, it's going to be much more difficult to defend. Sam with the fading away three, misses that one. And that'll be the end of the quarter. 15-10, Scrappers lead. Early on, we have Michael Roberts with 6 points. Chris Keenan with 9 points, and then Sam Satterwhite on the other end, both scoring and facilitating. But it is the Scrappers that are in the lead right now, and it's going to be very difficult for the Blackfriars to try to stop this Scrappers team if Michael is able to keep shooting the way he did that quarter.
That's gonna be the biggest problem, making Chris not being the only offensive weapon on there makes the Scrappers unbeatable.
Steven dribbles back and steps back for three, misses that one. And Steven last season was a solid contributor to that Scrappers offense, but so far he has not really been able to show it yet this season on the Blackfriars. Hopefully he can get in a rhythm here for them. Michael Roberts with another three. He is 3 for 5 from deep. And I guess when they said he was working on his shot, they were not lying.
They were not. He is a shooter. Holy.
Sam out to Joe. Joe being guarded by Carson Brasley. He's getting left open at the top. Gets it down to Nate. Good pass. Nate loses the ball. Chris Heights loses the ball now too. Over to Nate. Sam with a good find. Pump fakes, gets fouled by Michael Roberts. Hectic play there, but Nate Breyer's going to the line. First free throw off the back iron, up and in. They call that shooter's touch where I'm from.
Got that lanyard.
Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 from the line for Nate Breyers. And free throw shooting is a quality that is not easy to come by in this SPBL league. So going 2 for 2 from the line for anybody is a good accomplishment. Chris taking it in, misses that layup. Sam looks to push it for a minute. He's going to go where Chris gets back there. Kicks out to Nate Breyers. Nate Breyers really deep. No good. Chris tips it, but unable to get it. Brazzy with the...
That was a weird little pass that Chris did. I don't know why he just didn't grab it.
Chris wants to screen from Michael, sizing up. Sam, Chris Heights from 3, misses pretty badly on that one. And yeah, Chris Heights is someone who they've been looking to try to improve from deep. And he actually was 2 for 5 in the season opener after not being a shooting threat last year. Sam Satterwhite with a layup, while Chris, Keena, and Carson Braswell combined for 0 for 12 from deep in the opener. So both of them looking to get their shooting in rhythm here. Carson has yet to shoot one today, and Chris has not shot one yet either. Brazzy with the miss. Michael Roberts from deep, no good there. Shooting 50% still from deep. Great for the Scrappers.
You love to just see him shooting, just him just taking shots and making a couple of them opens up that the paint for Chris in a huge way. The fact that he's doing it in an elite way, that's scary.
A little aggressive there, tries to get that steal. Foul a charge on Nate Breyers. Chris Heights takes the charge.
Great
he
job.
is known to take charges in this league, and he will not let you get away with going to the hoop the way that Nate Breyers just tried to.
Gotta play within the rules, man. Oh,
blocking foul there on the drive. It looks like it's going to be Scrapper's ball out of bounds.
That'd have been a great pass and play. Oh. I like that little play design right there. That was a good little play design for Heights.
Are you ready, Jacob?
Chris inbounding, probably not what you would expect, but he is probably the best passer on this Scrappers team. And there he goes, wide open 3 and misses that one. Still yet to make a 3 yet this season.
I'm sure that'll change here shortly.
Sam from deep makes another 3, and that's why he's so dangerous. He will shoot if you give him the space, and he will make you pay.
he's making those, that's gonna be a long night for the Scrappers. But I don't know, man. With the way Michael's shooting, it's
Michael's matching him shot for shot. Ooh, no good there. Thought it was good.
almost there.
Steven with the
Almost
rebound.
there.
And
Keep
Steven
shooting, Michael.
actually, to make a correction, he did have 20 points and 16 rebounds in their season opener versus the Mystics. Very good game to go along with Sam's great performance. No call there on that shot. Chris bringing it back up the floor. Over to Carson. Carson pulls from deep. No good. Just off the mark. Both Carson and Chris looking for their first made threes this season, but they've been successful so far without it. Any threes are just cherries on top at this point. Nate getting guarded closely by Michael. Joe left open in the corner. Can't make him pay for that. Michael with the rebound over to Chris, pushing it off the floor. Sam there to defend. No foul on there, and Sam gets the rebound from Chris. Good defense there in transition. Sam pushing it back up the other way. Steven gets fouled on the shot. Cannot get it to go. They will go to the line 4-2.
You kind of ran into a brick wall there. Scary. Oh.
Free throw from Steven. You see both teams really playing to their strengths here so far. Sam and Chris leading the way for both teams, but Sam doing a great job of getting the other teammates involved here. All of the others have made some buckets already. Joe with a 3, Nate with some inside 2s, and Steven's been getting his as well. Chris has had to mostly take over, but has had Michael to kick out to and hit some 3s, which has been very nice. 3 threes from Michael already.
Seems like Brazzy and Hike seem a little bit more comfortable with the ball in their hands this year from past seasons, from what I remember. They'll handle the ball a little bit instead of just immediately passing it, which is it's really good. The offense looks a little bit more fluid this year, I'd say.
Right, and I do think they do have a little bit of a benefit from their defenders typically not guarding them too close with the threat of Chris always looming. The gravity of Chris, as one might call it.
How many gravities? How many gravities would you say Chris has?
That's always the question. The question is how to quantify the number of gravities. But in this league, he certainly has a lot. And Chris getting all over Sam there.
Chris playing very aggressive defense.
Chris definitely trying to take it to Sam. Obviously, with all the talk coming into this season about how Sam should be better than Chris, could win MVP over Chris, I'm sure Chris has had this one circle on his calendar for a while, wanting to take it right to him and hopefully get the best of him in this matchup today. Timeout from the Scrappers. Score is tied at 18. Scrappers only have 3 points this quarter, coming from that Michael Roberts 3. And Blackfriars, you have to applaud them. Still have Sam on Chris, but he's been doing a much better job with some strong help as well in the paint.
Chris has also just kind of been missing some layups that he normally makes.
Well, and
I don't know. He loves just proving me wrong, though.
There you see Chris gets right by Sam as Sam was being a little over aggressive on that inbound play. Gets right to the hoop and makes that layup. Gives them a lead by 2. Nate Bryars with a layup right back at him. Tie game, 20 apiece. Chris getting a screen from Michael. Back over to Michael. Michael looks right at the hoop, doesn't pull. Down to Heights. Heights being guarded by Steven. Brazzy misses the layup. Steven with the rebound. And yeah, with Steven on Chris Heights, you probably don't really have to worry about Chris Heights scoring. It's going to be pretty difficult for him. Already a non-scorer for the most part. Ooh, Sam with an air ball from deep. Probably a little too confident on that one. Chris Heights typically not a scorer for the Scrappers, not really a scoring threat, and being guarded by one of the league's best defenders is really going to neutralize him. Not sure how much
It's
that will
really tough for
benefit.
him. I can't lie.
Not sure how
really
much that
tough
will
for him.
benefit the Blackfriars tonight, but
Yeah.
got Steven out on Michael. Michael from deep, no good. Cleared out by the
Your
Blackfriars.
game plan is obviously working out a little bit, though. It's a tie game right now.
Sam pushing it out to Steven. Steven from deep. No good. Top of the backboard. Oh, it goes in, but that should be out of bounds. Yep. Referees say hit the pole behind the hoop as expected. So no good there on the shot from Steven, although would have been a really cool shot if it counted. Over to Michael. Michael loses the ball. Steven with the rebound. Steven with the steal. You got to wonder if the Blackfriars would kind of let Michael shoot still in the hopes that he would miss, or if they're going to play him tighter on defense. The air ball, but put back by Nate, no good. A foul on Nate Briers in the final seconds of the quarter. 1 second left in the quarter, under a second left in the quarter.
2020.
I
think if I'm the Blackfriars, I'd still play off of Michael. Oh. A little bit here. Just make him beat you.
Yeah, that is the end of the first half, 20-20. Very evenly matched game so far. We've seen some great performances from both Chris and Michael on the Scrappers side, and then you've seen Sam really leading the Blackfriars on the other side. And, you know, slow start from Sam, but he really started to get going and got others involved as well. You know, we coming into this game, we definitely think that Scrappers have the slight edge with how much experience they have together, championships that they've won. But the Blackfriars showing that they can hang with them early on. And Sam with a quick layup to start the second half, and 22-20 right away.
Beautiful. Poetry.
Now, you said that if you're the Blackfriars, you think make Michael beat you, keep guarding Chris tightly because he's their cog?
Yep. I mean, because if you give Chris an opportunity to win them the game, then I feel like he's going to win it. So I'd much rather place it on Michael reverting back to his ways of not shooting well than I would saying we'll let Chris beat us. If that makes sense.
Joe, no good from three. And then on the Scrapper side of things, you've seen Chris. He's been playing very good defense on Sam. Chris Heights pulls the three, no good. He's been playing very good defense. Was very aggressive early on. Seems like he might have gotten a little bit tired on defense and has been giving Sam some space deep. And you got to wonder if Sam is going to be able to make him pay for not guarding him tightly. You see him looking at the hoop right now. He probably wants to shoot this one. He has Chris Heights switched onto him. Pump fakes. Gets into Nate. Tips out to Joe. Sam resets. Chris Heights guarding him. He's going to take it right to the hoop. Chris coming over to help. Gets the pump fake, but misses the turnaround. Michael Roberts with the rebound.
That's something that's big right there, because I don't know if Steven could have gotten that rebound, the one that Michael just got. Nice.
Turnaround from Brazzi. Bucket. Like I mentioned, not a regular contributor for the Scrappers team, but he can deliver when needed. And there's a nice rebound and bucket from him there.
All you need.
Tapped out of bounds by Chris Heights. It will be Blackfriars' ball. Joe Keena and Nate Briers have been on the same team for 3 years in a row now. They have finished last place in the league both of the previous 2 years, but have gotten significant reinforcements this year. with Sam Satterwhite and Stephen Kina. And you think that once the chemistry starts to click, this could be the championship matchup in the end. Michael Roberts takes it in transition, can't get the layup to go. Two big boys in transition on that one. Sam from deep, no good. Heights with the rebound.
Why is he taking it up the court a lot more this year? I like that a lot.
His confidence has definitely grown. Michael steps back, looks for the three, doesn't pull. Whereas he finds Chris. Chris getting guarded tightly behind
Nice
the back.
move.
What a move. What a layup.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That was
Yes.
beautiful. That was crazy, actually. That was really
Dodges
fucking good. Or
Sam's steal pursuit with
my
the
last.
behind the back. Works through two help defenders and makes the layup. That is why he was the reigning MVP. That is why the Scrappers can rely on him. He makes plays like those. Tipped out of bounds by Michael Roberts. Good defense there. That definitely could light a spark for the Scrappers here. That layup. Steven, no good on that three. Blackfriars definitely need some shots to start falling.
Yeah, you can't. I feel like Chris has takeover now. You can't let him start heating up.
He pulls from
He
deep.
makes this.
Oh,
pass.
good. Was that a pass is the question. I just have to
was a
see
pass.
the stat recorders. I do believe Chris Kina is the stat recorder for the league, so we'll see what he rules his own shot/pass as. But Chris tries to go behind the back, but was double teamed. Sam got right there. Tried to flip it to Nate. No. Fouled.
Is that Heights talking?
There's some
Getting
yelling
into
here
Nate's
between
face a
Nate
little
and
bit?
Heights. Looks like it was a foul on Nate Briers. Heights was unhappy with Nate Briers being over his back, and he got the call. It was good defense there from Heights. Not the best pass up to Nate, but it is Scrapper's ball, leading 24-22.
Ooh, hard pass.
Chris feeds it down to Heights.
that was-
Heights with a pump fake misses the layup.
Come on. That was a really good play.
Tight out of bounds
That
play.
should have
They
been
call it
executed.
Blackfriars ball off of Michael.
22-24.
That should have been 2 points right there. That was a really good play that they did all the way up until the last moment.
It was a great pump fake. Got two defenders to miss, and Heights will definitely be kicking himself for that one. Still the only Scrapper to not score. Still the only player in the game to not score. His teammates Brazzy sitting with 2 points. Mike Roberts sitting with 9 points, and Chris has 13. They call it a traveling violation as Nate Briers went to the ground, getting guarded closely and reached by a few Scrappers players.
Really starting to look.
Really starting to look like what?
Oh no, I was saying I feel like this is gonna get to the part of the game. Oh, I was just about to say this is getting to the part of the game where I think we start to see a Chris versus Sam showdown of just back and forth kind of offensive juggernauting.
And that right there, Chris with his first made three of the SPBL season, that has to feel great. Now at 1 for 9 after missing his first 8 attempts, depending on if that last attempt was an attempt or a pass. But that has to feel great for him. And with the Blackfriars only at 2 points this quarter, coming on their first possession on that Sam layup, they really need to find something out. They've been scoreless now for nearly 5 minutes of game time.
Pop it out. Good job.
Scrappers defense really picked it up here in this second half. Sam steps back, does not pull the three, over to Joe. Joe getting a screen from Steven. Steven comes over. Finds Nate. Nate pulls from deep. Quick three. Oh, good.
Almost
No
had it.
shooter's touch on that one. None at all. 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. It's now been a 6-minute scoring drought for the Blackfriars. As Michael hits another three. He is sitting
That's
at
what I'm
4
talking
for
about.
8. 4 for 8 from deep from Michael Roberts.
That is dangerous.
As the Scrappers take an 8-point lead, biggest lead from either team tonight. And the Blackfriars got to get going quickly. And one from Stephen Kina. Right as I'm saying that they need to get going, Stephen delivers, ends the scoring drought, ends the 10-0 run from the Scrappers, puts them back on the board within 6.
I'm liking the Steven that we're seeing, man. If he had 20 points in the first game, great rebound. But if he had 20 points in the first game and is playing aggressive like he is on offense like this, like he could be in for a really good season, man.
Even missed that free throw, but the Blackfriars got their own rebound, courtesy of Nate Briers. Joe being left alone from Chris. Chris is daring his brother to shoot. He doesn't. Gets it into Steven, who cannot make the shot over Carson Braswell. Good defense there in the paint from Carson. Chris pushing up the floor, going right at Sam. Steven there to help. Chris cannot make the layup. Michael can't get the putback either. And it's Sam with the ball.
Steven is playing some really good help defense right now. I've been noticing that, and that was probably their game plan. But he is not making it easy for Chris. Every time Chris sees a lane, Steven just hops right in the middle of it, making his life a little bit harder.
Sam not in a great stance on defense. Steven pushes Chris to the ground, goes over to check on his old teammate. That was a hard foul there from Steven. Looks like it's going to be a common foul, so Chris to the line for 2 shots. Probably nothing intentional there, just some cousinly love.
Yeah. Steven's a physical guy, man. He plays physical. And like I was saying earlier, that could get inside Chris's head if it happens a couple more times. So we'll see if Chris starts heating up here, either towards the refs or towards Steven, if that keeps happening.
Chris misses the first pretty badly, but gets the second one to go. Scrappers up 31-24, winning this quarter by a score of 11-4. Sam over to Nate. 5 seconds left remaining in the quarter. Sam pump fakes, gets Michael to jump, pulls from 3. What a shot from Sam to end the quarter.
Damn.
As the buzzer goes off, and that is probably exactly what these Blackfriars needed going into the fourth quarter after getting crushed throughout that quarter. Clutch 3.
Game saving shot right there. If you get cooked in a quarter, that's how you want to end that quarter.
Yeah. Brings the Blackfriars back within 4 going into the fourth quarter. It is going to be a close battle the rest of the way. Chris Heights misses a 3. Scrappers get the rebound. Chris Heights ends up with it. Michael Roberts goes in the paint, gets the layup to go. A play from Michael Roberts. That's not some typical movement from a guy his size.
This is a dangerous version of Michael Roberts we're seeing here today.
He's sitting here at 14 points already. Oh, and 1 for Sam. Sam is going to try to put the team on his back coming down this quarter. After that 3 to end the third, coming back with a tough and 1 to start the fourth.
He's we're starting to see why was getting that MVP hype. God, y'all. These guys need to work on their free throws, man. I've seen the free throw numbers. They're absolutely abysmal.
Chris pulls from deep, no good, after he made his last attempt.
Good rebound, though.
Michael from deep, It's no good on the 3, even with the rebound.
Oh,
Sam
Sam
from deep. Oh, he hits it. Holy cow, Sam with 8 straight points
That's
for the Blackfriars, putting the team on his back, willing them to stay in this game.
what you need from your star player right there.
Michael from deep again, no good again. And Michael might be starting to lose that touch that he had early on.
Yeah, but I
He's
think he's
missed
getting a little
5 in a
excited.
row now. After starting off 4 for 8, he is now sitting at 4 for 13. Sam gets Chris to jump, doesn't pull, gets over to Nate. Stolen by Chris Heights. Chris Heights pushed it the other way. Sam on defense. Oh, great defense from Sam. Gets that hand on the ball. Chris coming down for it. Gets fouled.
Nice.
Oh
Hey,
my.
Chris.
Over Nate Briers. What a layup there. I don't know how he got that one to go in. Bit of a circus shot straight through the hoop. Chris going to the line for 3.
That was a great take. That's the classic Christina right there.
And just like you mentioned, this is turning into a Chris versus Sam battle. Who will push their team to victory? Chris misses the free throw. Timeout from the Blackfriars.
32.
It's a great game so far. This is living up to the hype.
Chris put the Scrappers up 3 with 6 minutes to go in this one. And as you mentioned, living up to the hype, this is supposed to be the 2 title favorites coming into the season. Everyone in the team reveal was anticipating these 2 teams to be 2 of the best teams, and it came down to whether the Blackfriars could figure out their chemistry, and it looks like they've been getting along well here in this game, as Sam has really been leading them. A little bit of confusion there, no foul. Maybe
Heights made
some
it.
confusion here. Looks like Jacob Brooks indicated for them to stop.
Not exactly sure what's going on here.
It looks like it was a foul. Maybe it's a jump ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Oh, it's actually Garrett Brooks. Jacob is the one in the referee uniform close to us. And yeah, it looks like it was a jump ball. They told him to stop playing. Chris didn't hear it and played on, and Sam got a little frustrated from that one. He gets the ball and pulls from deep, no good. He hustles down, and you see that hustle from Sam while everyone else is standing around. He is going to play until that ball is out.
That is one of the most valuable things in basketball right there is just nonstop effort, and you can definitely tell Sam gets it.
Heights, no good from deep. And, you know, this Scrappers team, I know Chris always says that he wants his teammates to shoot when they're open, and that may be true, but when it's coming down to the wire like this, I'm sure having the ball in Chris's hands will probably be the best result for the Scrappers. And you see him driving down there, misses the layup. Sam with the defense. Sam hustles back, and you see nobody else from the Blackfriars is down there. Joe was there to help, but Bradley's got the size advantage over Joe and makes the layup. Sam kind of urging Steven and Nate to get back on defense as he pulls another 3 and misses. Scrappers with a 5-point lead now. Michael from deep misses again, and that is 6 straight misses for him now. Very cold now after that hot start, but the hot start was very valuable to this team, and I'm sure they will take even 4 for 14 from deep from him.
For sure. Just having him stand there and shoot those, that's opening up lanes for Chris. You love to see it.
Scrappers lead 37-32 with just over 4 minutes left here.
I'm also
And
loving this aggressive defense that the Scrappers are playing, man. Like they are not shy about sticking their hand in there, about getting in their face. Nothing easy. No easy shots.
Chris over to Michael. And yeah, Scrappers led by reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Chris Kina. He makes sure that they have the good defensive game plan in place, and he will make sure that he is aggressive on whoever he is guarding. Just like Sam, not afraid to take on a challenge. He will guard the best player on the other team whenever he can. As he takes it in out of bounds, but poked out of bounds by the Blackfriars, so Scrappers retain possession. We got to play. Oh, Michael Robertson open. Blocked by Nate. Misses again. Gets to miss again. Misses, but fouled. Wow. Couldn't get the shot to fall.
First time.
Yeah, he might have been fouling the first one, but refs called it a clean block by Nate Briers. But Michael gets his own shot back twice and gets fouled on the third one. Going to the line for 2. Scrappers up 5. Definitely hoping for Michael to at least make 1 here, but you know, like I said in this league, definitely not a guarantee.
You never know in this league. Yeah. Y'all suck at shooting free throws. Everybody watching this, go practice right now. Turn this off and just go practice. This is embarrassing. go shoot
the free throws
throw right now.
Oh,
hey.
1 for 2. Hey, 1 for 2. They will take that.
This is the best free throw shooter in the league right there. 50%. Unseen.
Scrappers up 6 with 3.5 to go. Blackfriars definitely need something here. Sam over to Nate. Nate from deep. This would be huge for them. Can't make it go. Joe gets the rebound over to Sam. Joe with a good hustle play there. Sam over to Steven. Steven gets not fouled, but out of bounds, and they call it out of bounds on the Scrappers. Interesting no call there. Looks like it would have been out on Steven, but or a foul. Joe wide open from 3. No good. Chris can't get the rebound, but off of Nate.
No, he didn't get it.
Looked like he tipped it right to Nate Briers, but Nate couldn't hold on to it, and it goes out of bounds. Scrappers up 6. Great defense from both teams. Both teams clearly had a good game plan coming into this game defensively. And you've seen, stars shine, but both teams trying to prevent those stars from shining. They're just too good on offense.
Michael having an amazing offensive game as well.
Yeah, definitely not what the Blackfriars were expecting. Chris with a great driving layup over 2 defenders. Scrappers up 8. And this is Chris's ability to just take over a game. And with Sam on the other side, it's so much harder for him with being undersized against Chris. As Chris poked that ball out there, so much harder for him to get that same advantage that Chris has over him. And it's really making itself known in this fourth quarter. Carson finds Michael. Michael over to Chris Heights. Chris Heights will pull from deep again. Hits that one. And that might just be the nail in the coffin. Scrappers up by 11. Really need this one to go. And there it goes. Wow.
Okay, Steven.
Response. Scrappers up by 8. 2 minutes to go.
Steven says don't count us out yet.
Scrappers probably going to think about fouling. Chris loses it out of bounds. Sam getting ready to go quick. Takes the ball, pushing it off the floor quickly. Trying to get ahead of Chris. Sam finds Steven. Steven from deep. No good on that one. That would have been huge, the back-to-back threes, but can't find the bottom of the net there. Scrappers lead 43-35. And, kind of expect the Blackfriars here to go to the fouling strategy early on, a minute 40 to go. In this league, like we mentioned, if players can't hit their free throws, send them to the line.
I would personally do it. Like this league cannot shoot free throws at all. Might as well. Way to waste time.
They're doing a good job wasting time. Sam tries to foul Heights. It looks like they call it there. Now, if you are the Scrappers, you got to think that Chris is your best option from the free throw line, despite the struggles that he's had, which
I would agree.
is just really is not good news for the Scrappers. You see them get it into Chris Heights twice here. I wonder if they're going to go to Chris Heights or they're not in the bonus yet.
Heights may be the best free throw shooter on the team in their eyes.
They are now in the bonus. Chris Heights to shoot 2. No good on the first one. Not a bad arc, just a bit long there.
Yep. We'll see. We'll see if he can make the adjustment.
Take a half step back. There you go. All right. 1 for 2 from Heights, and you'll take that if you're the Scrappers. Getting 1 point per possession is totally fine right now. Sam,
Oh my God.
deep. Keeping a minute.
That's
They fouled
crazy.
Chris right away. And that's a 6-point game now.
38, 44.
See, let's see if Chris has the clutch gene to where he can actually make some free throws now, instead of breaking every one of them.
As we've
You can
mentioned
tell he really wants
many
the ball.
times. Chris's
You're pretty
free throw struggles are well documented.
You're pretty close with the league manager, right? Have they? Has it ever been talked about going to the Elam ending?
The Elam ending.
Elam.
I've not heard of any talk of that, but that could be a great thing for this league. I know that statistically speaking, they like to keep track of minutes, points, everything. So it can mess with stats a little bit, but it might be worth it for the end of the games. Keeping that pace up. If they were both playing to a target score right now, playing to 50 points, it could be really exciting down the stretch. But looks like we're gonna have to witness some not great free throw shooting here from the Scrappers. But maybe they can prove us wrong and start knocking some down. We just saw a make there from Michael and 2 makes there from Michael. There we go. Showing us that it doesn't matter. They'll make their free throws anyways.
Yeah, best free throw shooter in the league.
Sam, the step back.
Oh my God.
Sam, what a shot over Chris. The step back 3. I mean, he will not go down without a fight.
That is nuts,
Wow.
Actually. Holy moly! Like that. This is one of the most impressive don't count us out moments. That's crazy.
That is
You gotta love
3
it.
threes from the Blackfriars in this past minute, as Steven had 1 and Sam with 2 of them, and hold it within 5. Need to hope for some misses here from Chris Keena.
Oh, there's one.
There you go.
Maybe you do foul Chris if you're the Blackfriars.
Just saw Michael go 2 for 2. Heights made 1 of his. There you go. Chris makes 1. Gives him the lead by 6. Sam, can he do it again? He's going back to that wing, running 3. So good. Joe with the on the other side. Joe in perfect place.
Why did they just run this?
Run this defense the whole game.
This should have just been their game plan.
43, 47, Scrappers.
This is crazy.
3 seconds left.
What's the score right now?
It is 43-47 Scrappers.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's still.
It was still a
Still
4-point lead for the
almost.
Scrappers.
Definitely
But-
narrower though.
definitely narrower. Blackfriars are within striking distance now, and the Scrappers will need to start making some free throws because if the Blackfriars are going to keep hitting these shots on the other end,
This
either the
is
Scrappers got to pick up the defense or make some free throws. Ideally, both if you're the Scrappers.
yeah. I don't see how you pick up the defense like against if Sam's just hitting the shots.
Oh gosh.
I mean, there he is,
Oh,
but he gets his own
What a
miss, and that's that hustle there. Steven, did they call the charge blocking foul on Chris Heights?
oh shit.
Sam
Yeah, it's a-
Honeycutt calls the blocking foul,
Huge.
and
Scrappers.
Sam Honeycutt and Chris Heights definitely have some history for them, and I'm sure Chris Heights is thinking that there may be some bias in that call. But it was
I
ruled a
would-
blocking foul, not a charge.
I'd say that's for late game basketball. I'd say that's a fair call. You know,
It was a tough call to make. Steven was going in the paint, but did his best effort to go around Chris Heights. You see Garrett trying to mop with his feet. His brother will bring over the actual mop.
got to be safe. Safety number one. So Steven makes both these here. They go up a point, so they'll only be down 3.
Yes, if Steven can knock down both, they'll be down 3. They're down 5 right now, 48-43. Steven misses the first one. And, honestly,
happy.
if you're the Scrappers, your strategy is to follow the
Just about,
Blackfriars. Who can win the free throw battle with the Scrappers already up 5 or 4? My
I think-
apologies.
Yeah.
No, 5.
I think that's a good strategy if you're the Scrappers, just because I think both of them would lose it, and then that just means the Scrappers would win.
The 5-point advantage. Just bet that the Blackfriars
much.
can't make 5 more free throws than you do.
I don't think anyone in this league could make 5 free throws in a row. Honestly, sad. Y'all need to go shoot free throws. Except Michael. Michael's my guy. He's been making.
Michael with a fantastic game so far, really helping the Scrappers, and this is why he was viewed as such a big addition for this team. Chris obviously still the lead, but Michael is definitely providing on offense, picking up for Steven, who departed in free agency.
He's been the difference this game. If you look at the two teams, it's been Michael's performance that have given the Scrappers the edge that they need to win this game, I would say. Maybe they are just going to go do the free throw battle. Oh, Sam.
Maybe you don't want to follow
Sam could
Sam, though. Sam with a good first free throw. Good second free throw as well. And yeah, Sam obviously great player, great shooter, and if he can make his free throws and he has the ball, don't want to foul him. They get Brazzy on the foul, so he'll go to the line here.
I feel like Brazzy can hit free throws.
Both of those free throws?
We'll see, though.
I was just making sure. They should have 49.
Brazzy makes the first free throw.
Hey,
Clean. Fundamentals. I knew Brazzy. I knew Brazzy was
I
going to be a
think
good
the
free
score's
throw shooter. He's
wrong.
got the fundamentals.
Stop. I think the score's wrong. What should it be? At least it's not 51.
Got something going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a scoring issue, I think.
Yeah, but it's 50, not 51. It should be, yeah. Yeah. You're welcome.
Good catch from Carly, our camera person. She is the girlfriend of Nate Briers, always helping out the league. Catches the missed score.
Yeah.
I believe we have Dave Kina on the scorers table tonight. So, Dave Kina,
Hey. He's still in the league.
He is still in the league. He is a part of the Mystics, and the Mystics are 0-1 with the loss coming to the Blackfriars in the opener. Blackfriars really took it to him. Dave paired up with Hunter, Travis, and Neil, looking for their first win.
I
But
still haven't
yeah,
won a
Dave,
game.
they are 0-1 with a loss to the Blackfriars. Out of bounds on the Blackfriars. No, out of bounds on the Scrappers.
Oh,
And
50
here you
scrappers.
go.
35 seconds
Sam
left.
calling Chris Heights out of bounds. Chris Heights could not believe it. Blackfriars down 5 with 30 seconds. Sam goes from the logo.
what's happening?
Logo.
What is happening?
They're not. Why do you leave Chris open
No.
down there? How do you not get the foul there on Chris Heights?
Sam is
After you
playing way
pull it
too
within
good right
2.
now.
48.
Oh,
do that.
man.
Scrappers.
After Sam hits that shot, you cannot let them get a free bucket like that. Steven, pull within 1. No good. Brazzy with the rebound up to Chris. Chris gonna push it, gets fouled. Oh man, the Blackfriars had a window there where
Dude,
Sam hit the logo 3 to pull within 2,
that was
but
crazy.
you see Sam slap the floor there. Can't have the mental mistake of leaving Chris open on the other end.
Some of the best late game heroics I've seen. I wish they could utilize it more.
Chris, no good.
What's the score?
48, 52 scrappers. 13 seconds.
It is 52-48. Scrappers lead. 53-48. Scrappers up by 5 now. Sam pulling from deep again. Throws it up. No good. But see it
Almost got the
hustle
bag.
all the way down. Fouls Chris
It's
Heights.
impressive.
He is the only one moving on the floor right now, it seems.
Yeah.
He is pushing hard to try to get him back in, but while everyone else is standing still, can't get that one to
Very
fall.
heavy.
And
Very,
I
very
say it would be the nail in the coffin, but I thought there had been a few nails in the coffin already. And
That's true.
Sam keeps them in the game here down the stretch. Chris Heights
Crazy.
at the line, no good on the first.
They're strategizing.
I believe that is an illegal formation there. I think the Blackfriars do have to have a second person down on the block, but nonetheless, Chris Heights makes the free throw. Kicks it up to Sam.
4 seconds left.
Sam from deep in the waning seconds of this one, no good. And I believe that will
That's the
call
game.
it.
48.
Scrappers win with a score of 54-48. And
What
we
a
got
game.
Yeah, what a game. It was fantastic all the way through. We saw some late game heroics from Sam to try to will the Blackfriars back into it after they went into a hole from the Scrappers. But in the end, it was Chris with his 23 points leading the way for the Blackfriars, matching that up with 6 rebounds and 3 assists, 2 steals and a block. So great all around performance from Chris. He was accompanied by 19 points from Michael Roberts, which came from 4 threes and 5 free throws. Only 1 shot inside the 3-point line to go for Michael Roberts, but it was plenty of help for Chris and the Scrappers. Carson Braswell with 5 points and Chris Heights with another 7 points. On the other side of things, we had Sam Satterwhite with 29 points, going along with 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Another fantastic all-around performance. But unfortunately, the rest of the team could not quite contribute in the same way as the Scrappers. Joe Kina came along with 7 points, and then we had Steven and Nate each contributing 6 of their own. Steven hitting a 3 as well. So overall, we saw what we were expecting between Sam and Chris. 2 fantastic performers, but we did see a little bit more help from Chris's supporting cast, specifically Michael Roberts. And you got to think that he was the X factor in this game.
Yep, he was the defining factor that gave the Scrappers the edge in that one. And if he can keep playing like that, I don't think anyone's going to come close to the Scrappers this year. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
Chris played amazing. Heights, Brazzy, they did their thing. Scrappers are looking really good this year, man. They look like they're going to make another run for it again.
yeah. And with Michael Roberts, today he showed that he can fill that offensive void that was left by Steven. And he has that size, help in the paint on defense as well, get some rebounds, pretty much helping in a lot of areas that Steven can't. The only thing that he doesn't quite have that Steven had is that perimeter defense. But as we saw today, Chris can take on that role himself. And for the most part, did a good job against Sam, especially in the first half. But Sam really started to come on late in the game, ending up with 29 points. So statistically got the better of Chris in this one, but could not quite get the results coming out on top.
I don't even think Jordan could have guarded Sam Satterwhite in that last bit of that game right there. That was some crazy heroics right there. That was a
Yeah.
really fun show he put on for us.
He had everything going for him at the end of this one. So the Scrappers and Blackfriars do not match up again this season, but we can anticipate that both these teams will probably be playoff teams, possibly even a championship rematch in the future. And so, if you're the Blackfriars, what do you think that you can take away from this game moving forward, especially looking forward? If you do have that championship rematch with the Scrappers, what do you think that they can do to try to come out on top next time? Obviously, kept it close for the first few quarters, couldn't quite capitalize in the end on Sam's heroics, but they were in it for most of the game.
They just need to find an offense that exists outside Sam Satterwhite. Once they find like the Scrappers, like I noticed their ball movement that they've had when Chris didn't have the ball in their hand. It was actually quite good this year. They were passing the ball, moving, setting screens for each other. They were doing a lot when Chris didn't have the ball in his hands, and it generated offense and open looks for Michael and all of them that I think that they really capitalized on. So I think if you're the Blackfriars, you're looking to have the supporting cast around Sam improve and get to the point where they can compete with the supporting cast of the Scrappers.
Right, exactly. And, like I mentioned, Stephen Keena had 20 points in their last showing, only 6 tonight. So a bit of a poor offensive effort from his side of things. Definitely looking for more from him. Nate Bryars, you also hope that he has a little bit better of a game. 6 points for him. Joe Keena coming up with 7 points. Probably the least likely to be the second leading scorer on the team, but he did his thing and he was able to contribute where he could. And yeah, on the Scrappers, like you mentioned, they move really well even when Chris doesn't have the ball. They don't necessarily need Chris to have the ball in his hands to have their offense moving, but when it is in Chris's hands, it's obviously a threat at any point. And some of that definitely comes from the chemistry, and you hope that with the Blackfriars, they can continue to build that chemistry moving forward throughout the rest of the season as Sam gets acclimated with his new teammates. And like I said, hopefully Steven and Nate can put together a bit better of an offensive performance to support Sam in that regard. But overall, two very, very strong teams, very well matched, and we saw a fantastic showing from both of them here tonight.
For sure. It was a great game. I'm really glad you invited me to come on and be a fill-in host. It's been a
Oh yeah,
while since I've
of
I've
course,
I,
of
I've
course.
seen some basketball, so it's
Yeah,
been
and
fun.
we will hope to have you back on in the future. We'll see when Will and Angel may have conflicts, but like I mentioned, they are the normal co-hosts of this show, but could not be in attendance for today's game. They missed a great one, but hopefully they'll be back for some future ones. But this is us signing off. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast of the SPBL on the main Diaste cast here today. Thank you all of you for tuning in and have a good night.
Roll Tide.